by miracle of sound. Alright, and welcome back to the Shardbreaker podcast. This is episode 2 of The Lost Metal, the final book in Mistborn Era 2. I am Midnight, your host, and I'm here with Darkness.
Hello.
And Mythic.
I don't know who that is.
Uh-huh. And we did...
You mean the all-seeing God?
Mm-hmm.
Mythic, who predicts everything.
Call me the Avatar of autonomy.
So yeah, we read chapters 12 to 20 this week. So we had a bunch of really short chapters and then one long chapter later on. I think it was chapter like 19 or something was like a quarter of the time.
20 minutes long.
Yeah, it was like a quarter of the length of this episode.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna get through this fast. 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 20 minutes. I was like, what?
Yeah. So we start with Wayne's point of view as he finds it hard to pretend to be a hero today. He follows Melan to a room and she sits him down in a large chair before telling him that she needs to leave today. She apologizes for
his death. I forgot about his death.
Yeah, he's got to go through his funeral and stuff. She apologizes for stringing things out, but he isn't sure if it was better or worse that way. Melan also says that although she feels for Wayne, it isn't as strong as it is for Wayne because 6 years doesn't seem as long to her. She also admits that she's asked for this mission because she was worried about how hard an even longer relationship would be on him. She also goes on about how she'll be the first conjurer to go out on a long-term mission in Shadesmar, and how she'll get to see so many other worlds. So what do you think about Melan breaking up with Wayne to go on this mission?
Well, the thing that got me was she said 6 years, and I'm like, wait, how do you know how long it's going to be?
No, she says they've been together for 6 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've currently been together for 6 years.
No, that's nothing. Even in human standards, that's nothing.
I think it's Wayne's longest relationship, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but, Wayne's different case. He's a conjurer himself. It shouldn't be nothing for him either.
Yeah, what do you think about this mission, though, of hers, where she's gonna go travel through Shadesmar, see a whole bunch of different planets and stuff?
She's going to be like all of the other world hoppers. We're going to start seeing her in other books.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think we'll see Melan in another book in the future?
I think we already have. Seen her change its form so much. Yeah.
Well, I think at this point, I don't know if we've read any books that happen after Lost Metal yet.
We've seen her.
Sorry, what did you say? My headset cut out.
I said, no, we've seen her. She's been in other books.
Because I'm pretty sure Stormlight happens before this, Warbreaker happens before this. I think Elantris happens before this. The only thing we've read that happens after is Six of the Dusk. Yeah, what do you think, Darkness, about Melan's mission?
What pisses me off the most is the fact that she knew this day was going to come in general. Why the fuck would he let him settle for, like, a stable relationship for 6 years when he could just make it casual?
Did she know this was happening?
Well, I don't think she knew this was happening so long ago, but I think what happened was she thought it was casual at first. It got more serious, especially for Wayne. And then she got to the point where, I think she got to this point, was like, I'm worried about how you'll react if we let this keep going on, so I need to break it off.
But she did let it keep going on, though. She could have just straight off the bat said, like, oh, I don't want something serious.
I mean, Wayne does
and then
say
when
that
she saw it starting...
She sometimes disappears for months at a time, he says.
Yeah, but when she saw that it started getting serious, especially for him, she should have just fucking acted on it, you know?
Yeah, well, I think she specifically says in this chapter that she's like, I was selfish for letting it last as long as the other conjurer telling her hey, this is a bad idea.
That's what I'm saying though. Even if she didn't know, which I'm pretty sure she said she knew, that it was gonna reach this at some point. Even if she didn't know, the conjurer and all the other people around her were telling her what was gonna happen.
Yeah, I think she says Tensoon and Vendel and stuff like that were being hey, you should really not. Poor Wayne. But yeah, so Melan then gives Wayne a final kiss and tells him he's the best lay she's had, which does make Wayne proud since she's 700 years old. Melan then leaves Wayne alone, and he isn't wearing a hat, so he has to be himself and feel worthless. Did you appreciate?
No, he died.
Did you appreciate? He died. Yeah. Did you appreciate Melan trying to make Wayne feel better by calling him the best lay she's had?
Nope, because I think she's placating him. She's been alive for 700 years. I don't think Wayne's the best.
Damn. I felt it was very.
Do conjurers fuck each other?
Possibly.
Yeah, if they do, there's no way.
What's in the one dude? The one that turned into a dog? I can't remember what his name is.
No, he's
Didn't he
never.
have a
I don't think we ever. You kept saying
didn't he have a
Meilon was his
girlfriend?
girlfriend, but that's not the case. There's never been any indication that they were dating.
I don't know. I feel like they might have. I mean, wait, this Melan's the one that saved him, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I think yeah, they definitely had a thing.
What if she saved her father?
I mean, the father was the Lord Ruler, technically.
Yeah, let's say like what?
He's more like older
Not
brother.
if she went against him. Not if. Well, actually, technically.
Yes, you could still. They could still be her father, even if she goes against him.
Okay, so you're saying you can't have two dads?
I mean, you could. Yeah, he could be the stepdad, I guess.
Exactly. That's right.
He's a stepfather. Oh, stepdaughter.
Oh god, no, don't do that.
Oh, wow.
Chapter 13. We switch to Wax's point of view as he heads down to the basement where he created a metallurgy lab. Wax is excited to experiment with the trellium to see how it reacted to magnets and solvents. Wax and Steris both put on goggles and aprons, causing Marassi to call them cute, as Steris insists that Marassi also put on goggles. Wax instantly begins his experiments, stating the hardness of trellium is a 9, but it's brittle. Apparently harmonium is softer, like gold. Trellium also has an extremely high melting point, just like harmonium. Steris suggests that it isn't heat, but other factors that cause god metals to change states, since the mists aren't hot, but the gaseous form, even though it's the gaseous form of harmonium. So what do you think about god metals potentially not melting or boiling like normal metals do?
I feel like that's a universal thing to make it so that you can't separate the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it also just makes sense in general because it's gonna be changing the shape, like not the shape, the form, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And there already is existing like godly forms of those metals, you know,
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it
like the
makes
gas
sense
and
that
the.
they don't change form by melting or boiling or freezing, because like
Because
we've
if you melt it, it's just the fucking pool they have, you know.
yeah, so because like we've seen all three forms of them at the same time at the same temperature in Mistborn Era 1, because the pool is the liquid form, the mists are the gas form, and then the metal is the solid form. So like, and they were all
Mm-hmm.
like the same temperature basically, like they were all staying the same in room whatever current temperature was there.
16 degrees. You're so right.
Probably.
16,000 degrees.
So Marassi then mentions how the cycle she had taken the spike from had ranted about men of red and gold, and also mentioned restarting the ash falls. Wax states it's impossible, but he isn't 100% sure as their god is much younger than the other ones out there. Wax then takes some light readings, which comes up with a full range of colors. However, the machine tries to give an impossibly high number for red. Starrison suggests going into the safe box since Wax wants to experiment with acids next. It's also noted how harmonium explodes in water and even could react to air. Marassi looks at Wax's harmonium notes and realizes he had been trying to split harmonium into atium and lerasium. So first of all, what do you think about harmonium basically becoming explosive in water and air? Like it's like super reactive.
Well, I mean, it's two different god metals put together, so it would make sense it's volatile.
What do you think about that,
Now, which
Darkness?
part? Which part is the one that's reacting to air? Which was the one reacting to water?
I mean, I
We should
think.
split it up and find out.
Also, what do you think about Wax trying to split harmonium into atium and lerasium?
I think that was a scientific choice.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
He should keep trying.
Do you think he'll
I mean,
be able to at some point, or do you think it's impossible, like Bendel says later?
I don't
It's
think
not
anything
impossible.
Bendel. Honestly, I don't think anything Bendel says is plausible. Bendel's an idiot.
Really,
I hate
really, it all depends
Bendel.
on whether they're able to split harmony in general. Because he
Mm.
did say that as long as he stays together, he's not going to be able to separate it.
Yeah, Bendel's basically assumption is that as long as harmony is one shard, you can't split harmonium.
What if we just convince Faze to, like, have a little break? And then, as soon as he does that, split the metal, create a fucking army of Mistborn, and then, you're good.
Just combine them back together.
Yeah, just push them together.
Damn.
Like Play-Doh.
So Wax mentions that he had been hoping they could use Lerasium since the set had been using hemalurgy. Marassi's upset that he never told her about this, but he said he had wanted something to show for his experiments before sharing it, but that never had happened. Steris then calls Wax over as she notices that the Trillium is reacting to the Harmonium. So what do you think about Wax wanting to basically, like, use Lerasium, so create Mistborns to like combat how the set is using hemalurgy.
Like I said,
go on, Darkness.
creating an army is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like he already held the power. Why didn't he just use it? He could have just done it himself.
Well, I don't think he could have made other people Mistborn.
No, but he could have ended the set by himself.
Mm. So we think.
Well, that all really depends how much power the what's her name is putting into his sister.
Oh, how much of her power autonomy is putting into Telson?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we have chapter 14, where we switch back to Wayne's point of view as he hides from the two men in the bowler hats before joining the crowd of people moving through the streets. He considers this day
One thing that I wish I had. That's one thing I wish I had predicted who those
you guys
two were.
didn't. You guys didn't predict that he wasn't owing money. He's actually fucking rich as hell.
Which is insane.
Apparently
Ooh,
everything.
Mr. Wayne?
Yeah, apparently everything that he invests in, instead of losing him money like he wants, it actually keeps making him money.
The fact that he made a baseball league?
Yeah, that's all.
Oh my god.
He's basically making a baseball league. Except it's noseball.
That's Harmony at play, by the way. Harmony's like, I've done so much, I've fucked you up so much, I have to do something to fix that. So he's manipulating the stock market.
Yeah, so Wayne considers to stay his funeral.
Or maybe.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Right. Or maybe Sage just really wants to watch like some baseball.
He just really likes sports. He's actually a big sports fan.
Yeah.
He likes it. Awesome. He likes it when they're even until the end.
Yeah, exactly. He likes when they always end in a draw.
I don't. Can they end in a draw?
I don't know how noseball works.
You can end in a draw in baseball. I mean,
I don't know how sports work.
They have a couple overtimes, but you can.
He likes balance.
The midnight.
But yeah, so Wayne considers to stay a funeral and thus worn a nice outfit as he wandered through the streets, even buying a flower since fancy people buy things and don't trade. Wayne then makes his way to a Ruffs-themed bar in the financial district. The man at the door takes Wayne's hat, so he takes a bell of theirs as insurance as he asks for a table where two ladies are waiting for him, one who is nice and one who likely threatened to shoot the man. The waiter just points Wayne towards a table. Wayne wanders over to where Renette and Jaxie were sitting before sitting down and banging his head down onto the table. He tells them that he got dumped, and Renette says she's seen him get through worse, like when he was torn in half by a cannonball. Wayne admits that had been pretty bad.
That's not worse. That's not worse.
Wayne, he does say it was pretty bad, though.
Yeah, but it's not worse stuff.
Mm-hmm. Wayne then asked the waiter for their worst tasting vodka after ringing the bell he had taken 3 times to get someone to come over to them. Renette then awkwardly tries to comfort Wayne, but he goes on about how Milan was one of the few people who understood him about being other people. Jaxie then tells Wayne she's sorry, and he says he appreciates her, even though she has terrible taste in women, which Renette complains about that comment, considering how long Wayne tried to get her to date him. However, he's like, yeah, but look at all the other people I've dated, and she's like, okay, fair. So yeah, what do you think about Wayne being friends with Renette and her girlfriend?
I find it kind of funny that he dogs on himself again when he's like, she has terrible choice in people, or I have a terrible choice in people or something, and then she's like, liked me at one point.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah, terrible choice in people.
Also, apparently Renette likes girly girls. Apparently Jaxie wears like lots of sparkles and stuff.
Okay, well, that's kind of the opposite attract, that kind of thing, You got a butch with a princess,
Yeah, what did you guys think of Jaxie, though? Did you like her?
She's alright.
At this point, I don't trust anybody, so.
Fair. You think Jaxie's like secretly working with the set or something?
Or,
she is the set leader. She is Trell, imagine.
Oh shit.
Trell oh my god, in disguise. Oh my god. She's the true form of Trell. She's the body, the actual body.
The vessel, you mean?
Yeah, whatever.
You think that's Babadin?
That's the woman's name, yeah.
Yeah.
Babadook.
Babadin is Autonomy's vessel.
Babadook.
So Renette then says she's proud of Wayne for not hitting on her these last years, and Wayne replies that it's because he doesn't go after taken women. Wayne then mentions that it's coming up to the day when he needs to bring money to Ariandra. Renette says that Wayne doesn't need to personally bring her the money, but he insists that it's his punishment. Jackson then tells Wayne that punishing him doesn't seem to be what Ariandra wants. Instead, it seems like she doesn't want to see him. So what do you think about...
wait. He wants to lose all his money, but yet, why didn't he just give it to all of her?
I mean, he's giving her amounts of it, but apparently he just keeps making money.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, instead of investing in whatever he's investing in, just take all your money and then just hand it to her and be like, here you go,
Yeah, fair.
That's the way you lose all your money. I feel like that's just ploy he's putting on himself, that he's trying to play when he's really not.
I mean, it's buying him a lot of Bendaloy to practice with, at least.
Wait, so is that the reason that he never runs out anymore?
Yes,
Because he's
that's
not even using the
that's
weapon?
yeah. I kind of took
it.
you guys down like a fake path last time. Yeah, the real reason he's not running out of the Bendaloy that he's getting given from the constables is just because he has a fuck ton of Bendaloy because he's rich, and Marassi just doesn't know.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Let me wait. Here's the question I have. If he buys so much Bendaloy and uses it all, wouldn't the stock of Bendaloy go down over and over, like over time? Like, how do you just continue to find Bendaloy in the wild?
I have no idea.
Like, I was saying, like you would at some point.
I think
All of these people who are burning metals,
isn't
the metal
Bendaloy
would
like?
deplete.
I think we looked it up at one point. Isn't it like weirdly related to wood in some way?
Is it? I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, it's known as wood's metal.
What? Explain that.
I'm gonna find like a proper like wood's metal, also called Bendaloy, Putalloy, fusible metal, used for soldering. An alloy of
Soldering?
bismuth, lead, tin, and cadmium.
You say soldering or soldering?
Soldering. It's Soldering.
Okay, maybe it's not.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, so it's not actually made of wood. It just looks like wood, apparently. But yeah, it's made of bismuth, lead, tin, and cadmium.
Wait, spell it again?
The word? Soldering?
Yeah. So what?
Like that.
Wait, where did you put it?
In the Shardbreaker chat.
Oh, I'm in the wrong Discord, that's why. Okay. Yeah, it's soldering. Okay. I don't know why it's spelled that way. That's crazy.
You're just not supposed to pronounce the L for some reason?
I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's soldering. Okay. That's interesting, though. Wooden metal.
Apparently it lets off toxic fumes.
Yes, it does. That's why you're supposed to wear a mask. It also can permanently damage your eyes.
You can also use it for medical radiation treatment. But yeah, I think I got confused by the weird name calling it wood's metal before, because I was like, what the fuck do you mean it has wood? But apparently it just looks like wood.
I guess. But still, you would run out eventually. The world would run out eventually.
Well, because it's an alloy, I guess you're using percentages of a bunch of other metals, so it's not like it's a singular one, but yeah.
Also, I mean, why wouldn't it just slowly regen like all the other all the god metals?
I don't think that's how that works. Only the god metals regenerate because you can't destroy the body of a god.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah,
but I don't see why that wouldn't be a thing considering that metal usage in general.
Because even though the power lets them use metal that way, but it doesn't mean that the metal is actually like part of the god in any way.
So you're telling me a god can't be like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking
exactly.
metal to regrow.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could. I'm just saying it wouldn't naturally, like the way you were saying it made it sound
That's what I'm saying though. Why wouldn't you just do that?
Yeah, sorry, the god could do that separately. I thought the way you were saying it was just like because they burned it that it would. Without intervention.
I'm saying like the same way that like their god metals reform in the ground or whatever. Why wouldn't
that's an automatic process. That the gods aren't doing that like compulsively.
I know that, but I'm saying why wouldn't you cause it, considering that you use that as a power source in general?
Yeah. But yeah, so Wayne then says that he isn't hungry anymore and quickly leaves the restaurant. He trades his hat back for the bell, but also takes the host's cufflinks as he leaves. However, once outside, the two men in bowler hats find him, insisting they need to talk to him about his investment strategy, as he has far too much money doing nothing. Wayne reluctantly allows them to get him into a car and take him to the accounting firm. So what do you think about these guys following around being accountants who are like, please, we need you to invest your money, it's just sitting there doing nothing?
Sounds like real life fucking bankers, goddamn. man, just let me leave my millions in my bank account. Oh,
They're like, but there's so much you could be doing with the money.
who cares? I don't want to do it.
I mean, Wayne doesn't obviously either. He's
It's
been
my
avoiding
money.
them.
Yeah, it's my money, man. It's my money. I'll use it how I need it.
What did you think, Darkman,
Bendaloid. Give me
about
Bendaloid.
what did you think about the realization that Wayne was actually stupid fucking rich?
When they pulled up with the Master Wayne, I was like, wait, am I reading the wrong thing?
Master away.
I was like, Alfred?
Yeah. Too bad Wayne didn't change his name to Bates.
So chapter 15, we switch back to Wax's point of view as he notices that the Trillium spike rolls away when he brings a vial of harmonium near it, or when he burns steel. Marassi apologizes for forgetting to mention it reacted that way to the other spikes. Wax states it seems to be magnetically repelled by the other types of investiture. He also thinks that unfortunately he's going to have to speak to Harmony about all of this at some point. Alec then comes down with some chocolate cookies to share with them all. He also tells Wax to be careful not to keep too much et metal together, although Wax isn't sure how much of the rules that Alec gives about et metal are superstitions versus science. So do you think having too much harmonium around is bad, or is it just like superstitions of the Malwish people?
I think it's a superstition, but I don't know. Of all the characters right now, aside from, Marassi, my favorite, I think he's probably up there.
I love Alec. He's so much fun.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was in one of these books, I would be not Alec in last book, but Alec in this book. I would just be here being like, "Oh my god, you guys are doing cool things. Have some cookies. I want to hear all about it, but I'm not going out and doing anything." That would be me.
Have chocolate. There's some cocaine.
Uh,
Did they call it chalk in this, by the way?
Yeah, he calls it chalk. He's like
They
shortened
said
it.
chalk, and I was like, they said chalk, and I was like, they're eating chalk now?
Yeah, no, they just shorten it to CHOC.
Well, seeing as I hear it, I don't
Yeah.
read it.
What did you think though, Darkness? About
Please give me chalk.
did you think Alec's thoughts about et metal are superstitions, or do you think there's a scientific basis to them?
Yeah, I think it definitely is. Like, I want to say scientific. I don't know how it would be categorized, but there is like a really good reason to not have all of them together. Can you imagine? So that metal in itself is already fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if there was a just large chunk of fucking metal, or like a large amount of them that are just all fighting in the same fucking like vicinity? The amount of investiture.
I imagine just like seeing a giant like boulder size amount of it and just seeing like lights and sparks shooting off it, almost like there's like sparklers all over it because it's just reacting with the air.
I was thinking about it vibrating, but yeah. Because, like, if that little spark they got, can you imagine a bunch of it? Just like, let's say you test it, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, you do that little reaction, and it fucking goes kaboom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that causes a chain reaction for the others to go kaboom as well, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of fucked, because, like, where the fuck are you going to run off to? That shit is like an atomic bomb.
Yeah, right. Well, actually, no, the Trillium plus, I think Harmonium is more like an atomic bomb than just
enough.
the Harmonium on its own.
Sorry, I'm not that much of a nerd.
Waxes.
Yes, you are.
So Wax then starts setting up an experiment as Vendel shows up, apologizing for letting himself in. He drops off a piece of paper from Marassi and says a conjurer named Limar, who is impersonating a dead constable, grabbed it. Marassi is shocked that one of her coworkers died without her knowing, and instead was a conjurer that had been watching her. So what do you think about Limar just like impersonating this random constable and just like going out to lunches with Marassi and stuff without Marassi knowing?
I wanna see the confrontation.
I love how she's like, but I just went to lunch with her, and he's like, yeah, you did.
Yeah, and you couldn't tell the difference.
They've been watching you.
Yep. So Vendel then asks Alec if he could buy his mask to have after Alec dies, as the conjurer had decided that the masks of the Malwish are as much a part of them as hair or nails. Alec just calls Vendel weird, though. Vendel then asks to inspect the Trillium spike, briefly, although he doesn't want it. He also asks about Wax's experiments with harmonium, but insists the metal can't be split unless harmony splits back into preservation and ruin. Wax then shows them an experiment that stretches harmonium in a way that makes it start to rearrange into lerasium and atium. But Wax says if you actually split it, then it just becomes two pieces of harmonium. So what do you think about that? How like you can kind of see the metal trying to become the two different metals?
Well, because they were never meant to be together, so makes sense. They're
I
trying
agree,
to
because,
separate.
well, I kind of agree, but uh, it makes sense. They're separate entities, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're separate powers. Why wouldn't they want to be the separate powers again?
So, Wax also states he wants to try to use Trellium to split Harmonium, although he thinks it will make quite a large explosion. He set up the experiment and locked it in the safe box before setting a timer. They all go upstairs, and Marassi explains about the masked person she saw and shows the note. It said that they were watching Marassi and were impressed by her. It also had a symbol of 3 interlocking triangles. They ask Vandal about it, and he replies that he's forbidden to talk about it. Vandal then asks about Wax's skeleton, which Wax states is not for sale, before an explosion shakes the whole mansion and the group goes back to check on the basement. So what did you think about this
I
note from
agree
Marassi?
with. I agree that not on Wax's thing, but on who I don't remember who says it afterwards that they're like, yeah, I'll get my skull.
Yeah, Sarah said that in the next chapter or
Yeah,
something. She's like, yeah, you can have my
that's it.
skull.
Yeah, I agree with them because like, what are you gonna do with it when you're dead?
Right? That's what Sarah said. She's like, I'd love to have the money now. Like, you can have the
Yeah,
skull. Like,
like
I don't need it anymore after I'm dead.
I don't
Yeah.
get Wax's like apprehension about
I
his
think he's
skeleton. Like,
I think
oh,
he
you're dead.
finds Vandal weird, and he's just like, let's just not.
And hey, if he's got the money, I mean, I'd make a high price on it, but if he's got the
Right?
money.
But yeah, though, what did you think about the note from Marassi, though? This, we are watching you and we are impressed with the interlocking 3 triangles.
Because, I mean, she's the best, obviously.
What did you think, Darkness?
Can I see a picture of the triangles?
Yeah.
One
One second.
It's
That
what's that?
Yeah, it literally just told us. But also, I recognize this, so
Yeah.
Oh, did it tell you the file name?
yeah.
What?
Damn it.
Oh, did it? Oh,
I was hoping
I
it wouldn't.
wasn't
Yeah,
paying
so that's
attention
it.
to
That's
that.
it in color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
You guys
figured
have
it
seen
was
it
that
before in
because
black
that's
and
where I
white.
remember
I did too.
the other
Yeah, I
thing
did
from.
too.
Yep. So yeah, what do you think about the Ghost Bloods? The Scadrial Ghost Bloods, not the Rosharan ones.
Also, I had already, even without the triangles, I had already figured out.
Yeah,
It was
I had
them.
already thought it. Yeah, exactly. I had already figured that out like before. So.
Are you excited that we're seeing some Ghost Blood stuff finally?
Not really,
No,
because why the fuck are you
everybody
here?
leave. No, everybody that's not a part of this world, leave, please.
No, remember
You
we
don't
learned the Ghost Bloods are
want.
from Scadrial. This is their
Ah,
That doesn't
original
mean they have to
place.
stay there.
Right, exactly. They were happy on their other planet. They're good. Stay there.
I mean, that's just the Rosharan branch of them. That's not like the main group of them.
They don't need branches. Stay on your world.
They're on their world currently. This is their world.
You're right. We should build a wall. Make the
Yeah,
perpendicularities great again.
Do you guys remember what the triangles are based off of?
Pizzas.
Pizzas. Did you say
First of all, those
pizzas?
are not triangles.
Those are diamonds.
I don't know who the fuck went to fucking elementary in this goddamn bug, but those are not like triangles.
I mean, they're 8 triangles put together, or 6 triangles put together.
Bro, at that point it makes a whole different shape. It's not gonna be a triangle. Don't press me right now.
Yep.
It's the
It's
Marewell
flower.
flower. The Marewell flower.
The flower of what's her nuts? Yeah.
Mare, yeah.
Yeah. Of what's her nuts?
Oh my god,
exactly.
does that mean that like she's behind it all? Imagine she's a conjurer.
Well, the
She's
flower
not
was
dead.
named after her because that was the flower that she had the picture of. That she had the little painting of.
I know,
Imagine she's not dead.
but I meant like, what if she's like leader
Actually
of
alive.
ghost boards or whatever the fuck they're called?
She just ignored Kelsier
never
the whole
died.
time he was in Shadesmar during Secret History.
Okay, but what if she was a conjurer? Like fucking what's her name?
Like Palm.
Yeah,
Pomsy,
Pom-Pom,
whatever the
yeah.
fuck.
Palm, Leslie,
Pom-Pom.
Bleeder. Whatever name you want to call her by.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Ghost Bloods are watching Marassi. But yeah, we'll get more into
I wonder
that.
if she's part of it.
Honestly, that's just because she's the best, and everybody recognizes her innate talent.
I wonder if what's her name is still part of it.
Who?
Shalon?
Oh,
Not
Shalon.
Was it Shalon?
Yeah, Shalon.
Yeah, Shalon.
Yeah, Shalon is like kind of part of them, but kind of not at the same time. She's like infiltrated them.
She is a part of them.
She is them.
She is. They are her, and she is them.
So then we go to chapter 16, where we go back to Wayne's point of view as he gets to the accounting firm. The men complain that Wayne's investments are too high risk, that his housing project has done well, and his investment in the inventor girl has also been doing very well for him. Wayne currently had 20 million boxings. So basically like $20
Wait,
million.
when he says inventor girl, he is talking about
He's talking about the girl from the previous books, yeah. That like she said her dad got she was like doing like the electricity inventions and stuff.
Wrong person. Okay, wrong person. I thought it was the one that makes all the weapons for them.
No, not Renette. He's talking about
Okay,
the girl
Renette.
that he like invested in like the last book or something.
I'm surprised he doesn't just invest in Renette, to be honest.
Renette probably is like, I don't fucking need your money. I'm doing my own thing. I think they've implied in previous books that Renette has a lot of customers, and she specifically doesn't put herself out there because she has too much work to already do. I think Renette's pretty well off.
She could always use more money, more funding. Never know what you could do with more funding.
But yeah, so Wayne reluctantly dresses himself up as an accountant and begins going over the numbers. He suggests sponsoring
the way he goes about this just continues to layer in that he is a Khandra. Like, it is insane.
He gets the hat, he gets the glasses, he needs some tea.
Speaking in like the exact same tones, like it's crazy.
But yeah, so he suggests sponsoring some noseball players and creating a noseball league so that people can release their anger in a controlled area. So yeah, what do you?
He says he's trying to like get rid of his money in like irresponsible ways, but he comes up with some really cool shit.
I think the problem is he wants to get rid of the money, but then when he goes into accountant mode, he like can't be out of character, so he has to make good investment choices.
But he chooses to go into that mode.
He does.
Honestly, at that point, he
doesn't does he choose? I feel like it's a like subconscious forced.
I think it's more so he's like, I can't physically bring myself to actually have these conversations unless I'm in accountant mode because I hate this so much.
You're telling me he couldn't be anybody else to just withstand that conversation?
Yeah, just be that old lady, you know, that you were way back then.
Be like, yeah, I want to fucking spend my money on 3,000 fucking cookies to give out to all my grandchildren or some shit.
Or I just want to go out in the streets and just throw it in the air.
But yeah, Wayne also apparently has a fuck ton of Bendalloy that he's stored up and been buying. And the men then try to talk to Wayne about provisions in his trust, but he refuses. He also refuses to talk about his housing situation, because I'm assuming they're like, hey, you should like buy your own house instead of like mooching off of like Wax and stuff. And he's like, nah, not happening. And then apparently he also has ownership of Wax's likeness, but Wax doesn't know about it. He does, though, agree to buy another car, this one being a convertible, and it reluctantly agrees to buy some shares in the auto company, because apparently he does like having nice cars. Apparently that's one of the few things he enjoys spending his money on.
What's the brand?
We don't know. I don't remember. Did it say?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
I don't remember. But we never actually, I think it did. I think it did tell us the brand. It's obviously not one like in real life, but chapters 16, chapter 17, chapter 16. Talk about noseball. Where do they talk about housing?
Baseball?
No, it's noseball. Oh, it's a Victory is the brand.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's a convert. It's a Victory without a top on it. Victory with an I instead of a Y. But yeah, so Wayne then reluctantly thinks about Ariandra and how she probably doesn't want to see him. He asks the accountant to set up a weekly payment to her, and also mentions how she has a kid now. So yeah, what do you think about? Yes, yeah. I mean, it's been 6 years. She's out of university and has a child now.
This man stalks her. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically. So yeah, what do you think about all this stuff that that Wayne's invested in and owns and stuff now?
Very smart investments. Except cars. Cars is a terrible investment.
I think the cars and the Bendalloy are more for like that's his fun stuff that he has.
Yep, for himself, 100%.
Mm-hmm. I want to know what he's gonna do with his fucking ownership of Wax's likeness.
What the fuck is his like?
It means that he can like I think sell like things that use like Wax's like appearance. Like he could make like art or plushies or like anything of that sort.
Bruh. Oh my god, body pillows.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, what do you think also though about
I am
Wayne?
back, and sorry, and
Whoa.
I think the likeness. What happened?
Your voice went weird for a second, but you're good now.
Okay. I think the likeness for Wayne, like Wayne's likeness, is going to be because
Wayne
he's
Waxes.
going to write a book. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to write a book about Wax's endeavors.
Interesting.
Oh my god.
Kind of like what's the fuck?
Aliments or
It's
Jack.
fucking Jack.
Yeah. Mhm.
But it's gonna be the
What
opposite.
if he's going to write a book about? I don't know. I wonder if he's going to write Alan Jack.
But yeah. Also, what do you think about the fact that Wayne finally seems to like be understanding all Riandra's point of view and like deciding to send her the money instead of giving it to her in person?
Growing. He's growing up, which I don't like.
Growing down.
I wish they had never talked to him about seeking her, like what her side would be on this, because I don't like him growing up. He needs to stay a child.
He's a 40-year-old man.
Yep, 40-year-old man, a child on a 40-year-old man's body.
A 40-year-old? No, let me not say that actually.
Okay.
40-year-old child?
Oh yeah.
So chapter 17. We switch to Steris's point of view as she thinks about how she always feels anxious and used to think only she was different. But eventually she realized everyone was different from each other. As the others eagerly head to the basement, she worries about the structural integrity of the stairs and basement after the explosion. She knows that sometimes she is too extreme, so she doesn't hold them all back, but she does have Vendel go first and give them all cloth masks. Steris also mentions being worried about acid and poisonous gas, which makes Vendel quite concerned. They let her air out the basement before going back down a few hours later with the masks on. The basement was quite destroyed, and Wax is upset that he doesn't see traces of atium or lerasium. Vendel, however, is concerned about how it seems Wax may have somehow changed investiture into energy, as the explosion was too large for the amount of harmonium. So what do you think about this, like, huge catastrophic explosion that the harmonium and trellium caused?
Well,
I mean, it's definitely
don't like
potential
each
for
other.
war. Can you imagine?
Yeah, instead of
They obviously don't like each other, so.
Yeah, instead of creating a nuclear bomb, they've created a god metal bomb.
So here's a question. If the two of them together could do so, how much of each could do like a big enough bomb to blow up a city?
That's the thing. It seemed like they only used like a sliver of trellium to cause this. Like this, like probably like like fingernail clipping amount sized. So like if they had used like the whole spike or something, they probably may have blown up like a good chunk of Elendel, if not all of Elendel.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
That
Like,
would've
but these
fucking
people are trying to
laughed
get
so hard.
people are trying to get a bomb into a place.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just put spike two different people and have two different people walk in at different times and then take those spikes out? Boom.
Well,
There you go.
I think they're saying that the reason it did that much even was because he was specifically like already like stretching and like heating up the harmonium. So like electrifying and heating the harmonium to like cause it to separate almost was what helped create like the huge explosion as well. Which is why they say later how like, oh, they're gonna have to like get this giant generator in to make enough power to like force the trellium and harmonium together.
Aren't the ash mountains like a volcano?
Yes, they're basically volcanoes that are currently dormant.
So why don't you just throw both of them in there?
I mean, that's what Wax says at one point. Like, what happens if that's how they were gonna restart the Ashfall?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that would create a bomb, wouldn't it?
A bomb enough to restart the ash mounts, and then everyone gets covered in ash again. Do you think that's what we're gonna get in Era 3? Is we're gonna get another ash-covered world?
No.
Maybe that's why they leave. No, we still have a whole different era, huh?
Yeah, there's gonna be at least 2 more eras of Mistborn. There's gonna be the next era, which is I believe he's currently writing, and then there's supposed to
Age or something like that.
it's like the Cold War, like little bit further into the industrial era type stuff, and then there's gonna be Space Age era. Those are the ones he's promised, but technically this era was not one he had planned on. This is technically an extra thing that he decided to write. So like we could get more than the 4 Mistborn eras based on how Brandon likes to write extra books. So, but there's gonna be a minimum of 4. Yep. So this is where we get Steris agreeing to sell her skull to Vendel, since she won't need it after she dies, and Vendel is very excited about this and says they can discuss the details of payment later. They then go back to talking about the destructive nature of what Wax did. Vendel says Harmony is
I
very
wish they would tell me. I want to know how much it skull costs.
Right? Vendel says Harmony is concerned about these types of explosions. He also hurries off to go commune with Harmony as Wax and Steris worry about whether the set has tried this type of experiment already. Wax also worries about whether an explosion like this could restart an ash mount if the explosion happened inside of one. So I'm going to skip my question here because we kind of talked about it a little bit already. I was just going to say, what do you think Trell is going to restart the ash mounts using a bomb?
Yes. 100%. Well, I don't know about. Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like Trell wants certain things and is letting other people make the decisions on how to make those things happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, think what happened. What's her name again? What's his sister's name again?
Telsin.
I think Trell went to Telsin and was like, "Hey, here's what I want. I want you to cover the air in ash again." And so Telsin was like, "How can I do this?" And came up with this plan, in my opinion, to possibly maybe throw 2 of these, these 2 metals into a volcano. They heat up, they blow up. Boom, there's ash. I don't think Trell specifically was like, "Do this." I think they were like, "I want you to do this vague mission," and then it was up to them on how they did it.
Yeah, because it seems like what we find out later is that it's kind of like Trell, or autonomy in general, is kind of like, I want you to impress me, but also fuck shit up.
Yeah, well, it gives them their own autonomy, yes.
Yes. They're like, you could do it in whatever way you want, but you need to impress me if you want my power. Otherwise, I'm going to destroy your planet.
I don't know that. I don't think you're that strong, but okay. Yes. I mean, every god seems to need people, like human beings, to do things for them, so I don't think they're strong enough to just be like, "Yeah, I'm going to destroy your planet."
Well, I think one of the reasons why autonomy, I mean, we'll get into it a bit more later, but I think one of the reasons autonomy makes these avatars is because technically autonomy, since they are invested in Taldane, they can't technically leave Taldane. But if they have people who have their power, they can like probably see through and control those avatars, and so technically they're in other places while still being trapped on Taldane.
Yep.
So Steris wanders over to Marasi, who mentions how she worries about how much the world is changing. Steris thinks they are alike in this regard. She's also glad they've been spending more time together. Suddenly there was a small explosion that threw Wax across the room. As Steris goes to him, he mentions that he had been collecting leftover harmonium and it must have reacted with something. Steris is just glad he's okay.
Things do explode around him.
Yup. So yeah, then we go to chapter 18, where we switch to Marasi's point of view, as she's sitting cuddled with Alec while they wait for Vendel to finish his conversation with Harmony. Wax mentions his meeting with Dahl.
Super cute.
They are super cute. Wax mentions his meeting with Dahl, and Alec says he is feel respected by the hosts, which Marasi translates to meaning he has done well in war. Steris is also curled up against Wax, and Marasi thinks it's nice but also strange to see Steris so relaxed, as it wasn't something she was used to yet. Alec continues on about how sending a war hero isn't necessarily a threat, but they specifically sent their best. Alec also mentions how leaving the bands with Wax and the Kandra had been like leaving the body of their father with them, a body that was also a weapon. So what do you think about how angry the Maoists still are about not having the bands of mourning?
Makes sense. So they're like, their religion believes that it's like what should have been passed down to them by their god, who is obviously a better god than Harmony.
Yeah, Alec keeps calling Harmony a false god, which makes the others uncomfortable.
It's true. What are you talking about? Kelsier's the one true god.
What did you think, Darkness, though, about how angry the Maoists still are about not having the bands of mourning?
I feel like that's their own freaking problem, because, like, y'all already tried, y'all could have tried again, like...
Maybe you guys should be better at adapting to the cold. Maybe then you wouldn't have been in this issue.
Honestly, just get a couple of heating pads.
If they were Canadian, they would have been so much better equipped to get the bands of mourning.
You'd want to be Canadian. That's just wrong.
Everyone.
Nah.
So suddenly Wayne runs down the stairs, a bit upset that they didn't wait for him before blowing things up. Steris jokes that Wax did it on purpose to annoy Wayne. Wayne asks after Wax, and he says he is 2 decades past his exploding prime. They talk briefly about Merassi's plan to go out to Belming before Vendel comes back down. He says that Harmony mentioned that Trellium seems to have a repulsing effect on other forms of investiture, and that Harmony seems worried and scared, which is concerning. Merassi briefly notes Wayne spiking the tea he is drinking out of a teapot, and thinks this breakup with Milan has been finalized, and she needs to take him out for some food with some of their constables that he likes, to remind him he has friends and isn't alone. Wax also mentions that he won't be joining Merassi in Belming, which he's a bit disappointed about, but he will be looking into things from Elendel. Wayne then mentions going to listen in on some
Very well. I said, sure he will.
Well, he was going to until later.
Until he talks to Harmony, and then Harmony tells him, you should probably go do this. Only you can do it.
Yep. Wayne then mentions going to listen in on some of the guys they have in prison, and asks Vendel to come with him so he can give him accent tips, which Vendel is a bit insulted by.
I don't know why. Stuck up prick.
Yes, what do you think about Wax originally wanting to stay in Elendel and not go out on this mission?
I thought that was a better option, to be honest. But let Merassi do her thing.
Instead, he's going to put Steris in charge of anything happening in Elendel.
Yeah, that was a little off-putting. Well, I mean, like, we figured that he wasn't that, you know. But still, like, I really would have liked him to just chill.
I think he's gonna die.
You think so?
Me too. I agree.
Mm.
The way that Harmony talks makes me feel like he might end
not
up
make
dying.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I do want to quickly mention how I feel like Merass is being a really great friend to Wayne here. She's like, oh, I need to cheer him up. I'll take him to this noodle place he likes, bring him all the constables that he likes. I feel like they've gotten so, like, they're such close friends after, like, this, like, 6-year gap. I find it nice.
Yeah. Friends.
They are. She has Alec. I don't know, maybe they can be poly. Wayne seems open to having male bodies around.
Well, here's the thing. If he was open to the poly side, why wouldn't he just talk to Renette?
Well, he did. He makes a joke about that at the end of the last book when he apologizes to her for going after her when she has a girlfriend. And he's like, we could always do a 3 something. And she's like, no. And he's like, okay, just forget I said that. So technically, he did bring it up with Renette previously.
No, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, it was a very brief, 1 or 2 sentence thing.
I wonder if Alec would be interested in poly. In a lot of things.
You don't know much about his culture, besides the masks.
Yeah. Oh man, when the Conjurer asked about getting his mask, I thought that was crazy.
He was like, no thank you.
I mean, I don't like that Conjurer at all. That Conjurer
Vendel.
weirds me out.
Vendel's a weirdo, for sure. So we switch, where was it? Chapter 19. We switch back to Wax's point of view. He stares out the windows in his penthouse that is in the direction of Belming. He thinks about how ready Merassi is for her sting and that she doesn't need him there. Starrison comes over to him with some tea, stating that the children are asleep and they can go back to their research. In the living room, there are broadsheets covering every surface, and they begin going through them, looking for any hints of explosions, but also joking about any funny titles or stories. As they sit and go through the broadsheets, noting how sore he was from the previous explosion, his vision had been distorted sometimes, and he kept thinking he was seeing blue elementic lines when he wasn't burning steel. He doesn't tell Steris about all his side effects, though, as he doesn't want her to worry too much. He also worries about them not finding any articles that seem likely to be the set having experimented with harmonium and trellium. But also, if they don't find anything, it doesn't mean they haven't been experimenting, and that worries Wax just as much. So what do you think about these weird side effects that Wax is having after the explosions?
What are the side effects again?
So he says his vision's been kind of all weird and distorted, and also, every once in a while, he feels like he's, seeing blue allomantic lines when he shouldn't be.
So he's becoming a allomancer.
He's already an allomancer.
No, what's the Mistborn, right? Mistborn? Is that the name?
I mean, a full-on allomancer, full Mistborn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What do you think, Darkness? Do you think he's somehow becoming a full Mistborn?
Maybe it's letting him see into shades more.
You think maybe when he got exploded by harmonium, he somehow got a little bit of power, not to become a Mistborn, but he's been invested in a weird way that's letting him see into Shadesmar?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
So Sterson asks
You know,
Wax.
I'm I'm confused. I'm concerned, or not concerned. I'm confused on why Harmony would take what's her name? Not what's the female Condra that was with Wayne? What's her name?
Meilon?
Meilon. Why would he take Meilon and not the dog guy?
Tensoon? Well, I think Meilon says
Yeah.
she volunteered for it, so I think he kind of put it out to a bunch of the Conjure, like, hey, I have this mission I want someone going on who wants to go do it.
I feel like Tensoon would have been a better option.
I don't think Tensoon likes to go out much. I think Tensoon's kind of a homebody introvert lately.
He's an indoor dog.
He's an old dog now. He just wants to chill at home in his bed.
He needs some new tricks.
Yeah, he's not one of the old dogs that can learn new tricks. He just wants to sleep at home.
He definitely needs some new tricks. He was excellent when in Vin's era. So.
He was. He's retired now though. He's too busy writing complaints to the creators of the Sunni pups. But yes, Steris asks Wax if he wishes he had gone with Marassi and Wayne, but he admits he doesn't. The only thing he does worry about is his sister and how she should be his to deal with. Wax also compares himself to two different people, but Steris replies that he doesn't have to be either of the two separately. He instead can be both of them, and Steris loves him for being both. Wax thinks about this and admits he thinks that things are getting too urgent and too big to ignore. He might need to get involved after all. He also shows that he had an earring made out of the Trellium spike. Saracen asks what Wax's biggest fear with the situation is, and he replies that it's that the set are years ahead of them. They aren't beginning a plan, but in the end stages of completing a plan. Wax then realizes they need to look for a series of explosions that might have been hidden as earthquakes, likely from years ago, as they tried and tested a weapon. After 3 hours of searching, Wax finds a story about earthquakes in Bilming from years ago that was explained away as an underground subway system. It had been going on for 4.5 years with no progress, which was extremely suspicious. Wax is also concerned about the fact that Bilming has been building a navy. So what do you think about the fact that the set had been working on a Trillium Harmonium bomb for the last 4 or more years?
Oh, why is it taking them that long?
Don't know.
Well, you asked what I thought. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm. You're just wondering why they haven't already gone through with the plan?
Just blow it up already. Jesus. Can't be that hard.
I can't figure out what.
Go ahead.
I can't figure out what their deal is, honestly, at this point, because we got all this site stuff, and I'm just still trying to figure out where all those women went.
I was just gonna say, we still don't even know anything more about the women yet. We're still missing, like, fucking dozens of random noble women.
And we'll probably never figure it out.
Brandon just abandoned them, he forgot.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, you know? He's got all this other information it's plugging into our brains.
So Sterison realizes why the set were trying to see what they could smuggle into Elendel, and Wax catches on. They wanted to smuggle a bomb into Elendel. Based on how long they had been experimenting, it was likely they already had the bomb and were just trying to see how they'd be able to get it into the city. Wax realizes he needs to talk to Harmony, so he puts in the earring and is instantly transported into the realm he had seen when he had been dying. Harmony was there, looking down at the planet, and Wax saw that the red shroud over the planet was gone. He asks if Harmony got rid of Trell, but Harmony replies instead Trell had come and invested the planet, tainting him and making it so he could no longer see things properly. He says he could get rid of it in a few years, but that may be too late since things are happening now. So what do you think about Trell, like, fucking up Sazed so that he can't see what's happening?
I found it more interesting that Sazed used the word invested.
Mm-hmm.
She's now investing. So I'm wondering why they might still be red since they're invested now.
Maybe it's not, like, fully completed until she has a full-on avatar that's taken over.
What's Autonomy's color again?
We don't know.
Huh. Oh, yeah.
It's obviously red, you know.
I was saying it was red from the very beginning, but
that's why I said it.
I don't. But she had already said there was a god that had a red color, and I don't remember which one was.
No,
I don't remember that.
So. But I think we were talking about how red in general kind of means like
not
like
You said there was a god that had a red color.
Was there?
I don't remember this. So
I'm literally gonna go as soon as you post these fucking podcasts.
I'm looking.
I'm gonna go back and look at it. That sounds like maybe it's not that then, since there's already a like red color.
Well, I think there's not really a lot of confirmed colors. There might have been one that someone was like thinking might be. I think we had talked about yeah. Oh, I think you might be talking about. I think someone was saying they think Dominion might be red, which
Maybe
was
I
the
don't
kind of
remember.
like eviler shard on Sal with like the skays and the bone people, the
Oh, that
bone
would make
stuff.
sense. Wait, is white taken? Because white could also
White
work.
was preservation.
It's preservation. Yeah.
But yeah, so Waxen asks who Trell is and is surprised when Harmony actually gives him a straightforward answer. Harmony replies that Trell is an avatar of autonomy, whose vessel is a woman named Babadin. Trell himself is a man that had been made an avatar of autonomy since long before the Lord Ruler. Harmony explains that no one speaks directly to autonomy, but instead to her avatars, which are either people she has imbued with her power or parts of her power that had gained their own sentience. Harmony explains that autonomy wants to destroy their world, but has decided it can be allowed to persist as long as it is controlled. He states that autonomy made him an offer last year to give her this planet and move to a different one. He then states that autonomy has invested Telsin, and Telsin was the one to convince autonomy not to destroy Scadrial. So yeah, what do you think overall of autonomy and her avatars?
Aside from the fact that I'm right, or that I was right, uh, I was immediately thinking about the fact that that we've never seen, or they say they've never seen autonomy herself, only the avatar version of her or whatever.
Yeah.
And it interested me in. Wow, I don't remember where my brain was going now. Damn, maybe it'll come back to me. I don't remember exactly what I was thinking.
Darkness, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask because it says avatars in like general, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it says multiple.
Yeah.
So she's had many
Yes,
already,
so
or
she already has had quite a few. Apparently, there's apparently other people that she's invested in. Apparently, also she's just like taken parts of her power and let it go out, and it's like gained its own sentience somehow.
so she's leaving puppets everywhere she goes.
So she's not actually ever leaving. So yeah, she's sending puppets out like into the Cosmere to go do stuff for her.
Oh, so she's technically still in her own
Yes,
planet
that's what Harmony is saying. He's saying like she doesn't leave, so you're never directly talking to her. Whenever like she talks to other shards or other people, it's always through one of her avatars.
Oh, that's an issue. That's a very large issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because she could just keep sending them, and there's not going to be a direct confrontation.
And so a confirmation we've gotten from out of books is that, which I'll let you guys know, is that we have kind of seen one of Autonomy's avatars previously. There is a planet, if you guys remember, that has a perpendicularity but apparently has no shard, which is the Sixth of the Dusk planet, which is one of her avatars is the like god Patchy, which is what the large island is named, where the perpendicularity is and where all of the AVRs get their powers from. So technically, all of the AVRs there are technically they're getting their power through an autonomy avatar.
That's such a weird thought now. What the heck?
Yeah. So I'm wondering because we hear from the Ghostblood member talking to Marassi later that she's like, oh yeah, there's like a world where there's like a whole pantheon of gods and they're all technically just avatars of autonomy. And I wonder if she's talking about First of the Sun, which is the planet where Six of the Dust takes place, because every single island has like a god, and they have like a pantheon of these like island gods that all have different names and personalities, and I'm wondering if those are actually just all autonomy avatars.
I remember what I was going to say now.
Okay.
So when they were talking about autonomy and how they might have splintered in like new forms or new like personalities of them have come about, I was thinking to myself that that's kind of interesting because doesn't that mean that technically they are now becoming like basically autonomy has split much like wow, the major god, I can't remember
Adonasium?
Adonisium, yeah. So like maybe taken after that.
I think it's a little bit like that. I think the way I'm viewing it in my mind is I think it's similar to the Spren on Roshar, how it's like tiny, tiny pieces of investiture that have gained sentience. So like that's basically what the Spren on Roshar are. They are like little tiny pieces of cultivation and honor that have then gained their own sentience and become like almost like humanoid type living creatures. So that's what I'm kind of imagining it as, is that there's basically like these like slightly more powerful spren that are controlling random planets out there for autonomy. But yeah, also, what do you think about the fact that autonomy apparently originally wanted to destroy Scadrial altogether because of how like much they're concerned about like the people on Scadrial and Harmony?
Hey man, can't beat them, destroy them, right? I mean, isn't that what she's pretty much doing?
Yep. Did you think, Darkness?
It makes me wonder, like, what is so threatening about them? You know, like it's funny too because like the name they gave the shard makes no sense with what they're doing. Technically, there's no, it's not actually. I would say technically there's 3 shards on this planet now, but there's only 2, and it's just a puppet.
Yeah. There's like 2 shards technically in one, and then like a small piece of a shard. So Wax then asks why Harmony waited to tell him this, and Harmony replies that he had tried to reach out when it happened last year, but Wax hadn't been willing to speak to him, and he tried to respect that at the time. Harmony states that he needs Wax to be.
Said, what a terrible idea.
Harmony states that he needs Wax to be his sword again, but Wax asks for more information before he'll agree. Harmony explains that every shard is driven by their intent, which is why he struggles with his 2 opposing intents. Autonomy's intent is to do things differently from the other shards, and she makes her avatars prove themselves to her by completing big accomplishments. Harmony thinks that Telsin is trying to take over the basin to prove that she can rule Scadrial as Autonomy's avatar. Harmony also says that Trell has an off-world army ready for if Telsin fails. Harmony then mentions how the Trellium earring will connect Wax to Telsin, and they'll be able to sense each other. Wax isn't sure if that'll actually be helpful, though. Harmony then says if Wax doesn't want Telsin to take his place as steward of this planet, Wax will need to stop Telsin, and then they'll have to try and stop the army that Autonomy will send afterwards. Wax agrees to be Harmony's sword one last time, and Harmony agrees on it being the last time. So what do you think about Telsin trying to prove herself worthy to Autonomy?
Obviously not worthy. Wouldn't have to
she's...
prove it if you were.
I don't see how technically she isn't worthy already, considering that she literally stopped Charles from destroying the world straight off the bat.
She's still gotta somehow push Harmony out of Scadrial, though, to take over. Seems a little bit difficult. I'm not
All you really need to do is find a way to split him, and that's it.
Fuck him up.
Because then he's gonna be fighting himself. That's what I would have done. I would have just fucking found a way to like unbalance it.
So Wax is him back in his body in the penthouse, and he tells Steris that he needs to go stop his sister. Steris agrees and already has his mist cloak ready. They then get a delivery at their door with a box of vials with metal flakes, with a note saying to use these instead of his normal ones, and to use the red-topped one only in an emergency. The box also had a special gun made for a soldier, but Wax doesn't want it. Once he's ready, Wax tells Steris that he needs her to talk to the Senate, even though she's worried they'll ignore her. Wax insists that he believes in her, and she is the best person to help the Senate stay level-headed. Steris agrees, believing in Wax. Maxon shows up, asking if Wax is going to go defeat monsters, and Wax says he'll try, and then heads out on the balcony. So yeah, what do you think about Wax going to go try and take down Telsin for Harmony?
I mean, I know, but it's like destiny or something. He's gonna die though.
I mean, he came back to life for a reason.
Yeah, to die again. Yeah.
Just like Leslie.
Exactly.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like he'll be with his proper wife.
So then we get chapter 20, which starts with a broadsheet page. We have a note about an editor who has been missing for 8 days, an ad for a medical tonic that is saying not to trust copycat medicines, an article about how the construction of the underground rail line seems to have stopped and whether they even need it, and then an article about how Jack and his terraceman Handerwim have split up because Jack was stealing part of the profits from the stories. So yeah, what do you think about the woman who has gone missing?
Wait, there was a woman that went missing?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Wait, what?
Yeah, so they're like, this editor woman has been missing for 8 days, and her husband and children have been like trying to like find her and get information on it.
This is in the broadsheets, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't believe the broadsheets. So it's all a bunch of lies.
Okay. What do you think, Darkness, about this missing woman?
Where'd she go missing?
I think she went missing from Belming.
She's just another in the long line of missing people that will never show up again because the writer has forgotten about it.
So then, chapter 20 is the first chapter of part 2 of the book, and we switch to Mirassi's point of view as she wakes up at sunrise in a truck heading for Belming. Her and the driver in the truck were already in their disguises. They were on the outskirts of Belming, which had become a trading hub with other coastal towns and cities since they could bypass the rail tariffs through Ellendale by using ships. The Malwish trade had also gone through Belming since they prefer to use ships on the water instead of their airships to trade. So do you think all of Belming's success is due to the Set and Telson taking over, or do you think they were already doing well for themselves?
And they've always done well for themselves.
Nah. I think it was just that.
Do you think Telson's plan is to make Belming the new capital once she takes over?
Possible.
As if the world's gonna survive.
Yeah, I mean, how does she even know that if she does do what she's told, that it won't just happen? Because wouldn't that, in my opinion, wouldn't that weaken the entire world anyways? Like if she takes out the god of the world, pretty much.
I mean, if she takes them out, they're definitely
replace
going to lose all of their fucking powers, I think.
Yeah,
Or-
that's what I'm saying. So like, I'm confused at why she believes that this, that Trell would even stick to the bargain that they've made.
Because she wants to be a god, obviously. She's fucking
That's all
power hungry.
It's not all it's cracked up to be, unfortunately.
So as
Just
they
ask Kels here.
So as they drive through the suburbs, Marassi notes that no two houses are the same, but yet they still have a sort of symmetry to them. The skyscrapers she can see in the distance also seem to be trying to be taller than the ones in Ellendale. The driver of her car then mentions how kids all seem to draw the same picture of a house, even though most houses don't even look like that picture that they always draw. Marassi is confused by the driver and asks for her name, and the woman says she goes by the codename Moonlight, which is a word Marassi doesn't understand.
You already know who this is!
And Moonlight replies that she wouldn't because they don't have a moon. Marassi's like, what the fuck is Moonlight? What the fuck is a moon? Marassi then sees a red tattoo of interlocking triangles on her wrist, causing Marassi to reach for her gun. So yeah, who do you think Moonlight is?
I think it's... Fuck, her name is... Why can't I remember people's names?
Do you want to give me some clues and I can get the name for you for who you're thinking of?
I'm gonna sit here and go through my notes and figure it out. The notes that I have in my head, and I'll give you an idea in a second because I gotta remember how she's portrayed.
All right, we can go through that after we get some more stuff about her.
I'm gonna go.
Yep.
I know. Just like whatever. Is she wearing a mask?
No, she's not wearing a mask. She was wearing like a little cloth kind of like mask over her nose and mouth when she first ran into Marassi previously, but she's not currently.
And it's not. What's her name?
Does she look like again?
So we go over that in the next paragraph, but she, I believe, has Asian-like eyes, because Marassi mentions that her like eye shape is different than anything Marassi's ever seen because they don't have Asian-looking people on Scadrial. She also has black hair, and she has an interest and knowledge of art. She also doesn't like Hoyd, but knows of him.
Okay, maybe I'm
the only
not.
person I can think of is that lady that was in Stormlight.
Shalon?
No, the one that doesn't
the other one. Yeah, the other one was Shalon.
Mask removed or whatever.
Oh, Eatil? Eatil's a southern.
Yeah,
she's like a southern Scadrian, and Moonlight does specifically mention in this chapter that she is not from Scadrial.
Yeah, that's the only person I can think of.
So yeah, so the hints are not from Scadrial, Asian looking, big talks about art, stealing art, not a big fan of Hoyd. Those are kind of the main like.
I mean, there's the one with the heart stamp or whatever the fuck it is, right?
Soul stamp. Yep. This is now I'm forgetting her name. Fuck, what is her name? It's the girl from Emperor's Soul, the main character.
Yeah, the one that makes things believe.
Yeah, she's the one who she's an artist, but she mainly makes like scammed like reproductions and stuff of them. And like all of the people in her culture are very like Asian looking.
You know how I went through that process? I was like, which planet has Asian people?
Yeah. So also the reason she doesn't like Hoid is because
that, yeah.
Hoid stole the moon scepter, which she wanted to steal.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why she doesn't like Hoid, is because he took the moon scepter from her.
Wow.
Fuck, I'm getting mad that I can't remember her name. I need to look her up. Emperor's Soul. Shy, that's her name. Shy.
Let her shy.
The Forger.
Shy guy.
So yeah, Moonlight is shy. Also I think one of the clues later on is that she swears by knights, which is also a swear from her people in Emperor's Soul.
You think I'm gonna remember that? Absolutely not.
So Moonlight then says she isn't a local and removes her hood to reveal an eye-shaped Marasi he's never seen before. Marasi asks if she's from the south, but Moonlight says no. She also admits she is the one Marasi saw in the tunnels previously. Moonlight also says...
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Moonlight also says the artistry of the buildings feels hollow because it's a fake uniqueness caused by Trell. Moonlight lets Marasi know she's from a different planet when Marasi threatens to arrest her, causing Marasi to stop talking in shock. She also sees Wayne's car pull up next to them, and she pays after she pays a beggar for a note. The driver of Wayne's car was somehow Hoid, and Marasi is even more stunned that Hoid and Moonlight seem to know each other, as Hoid nods at her. Moonlight also mentions she isn't sure
Why you're so stunned about that?
Moonlight also mentions she isn't sure which of them is keeping tabs on the other. Marasi also realizes that Moonlight seems to be an artist. So yeah, what do you think about Hoid getting involved in this this whole thing?
Because if I was Shy, whatever her name is, I'm gonna call her Shy. If I were her, I would have started blasting.
Well, apparently she's known that he's been here for a bit. She's like, what the fuck is he doing?
No, but if I saw him, I would have started blasting. I don't give a fuck how long he's been here. Give me that fucking moon scepter.
Maybe she's already tried and it hasn't gone well.
I would keep trying. As long as I'm alive, you know.
Are you saying Mythic?
I said Hoid is insane, so...
Yeah, so apparently Shy has joined the Ghost Bloods and is on Scadrial, which is a development.
I mean, at this point, who hasn't joined the Ghost Bloods? I'm trying to get the best person ever, Marasi, into it, so...
They seem to favor female main characters. They're going after Shalon, they're going after Shy. Going after Marasi. They only care about the women here.
Shalon. Yeah, Shalon, Shy, Marasi. That's good.
You think we're gonna see any other...
The masked woman?
Yatil, yeah. Do you think we're gonna see any other female characters from other books here on during Lost Metal, working for the Ghost Bloods?
The way you say that, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts of who we might see? Any theories?
I think we're gonna see Midnight.
I'm gonna be there. I wouldn't join the Ghost Bloods.
I mean, Darkness is already here, so...
What did you say, Darkness?
Is that one the one from the first book? The sister?
From the first book?
The very first book?
Oh, you mean from Warbreaker?
Yeah.
Which sister? Ciri or Vivenna?
Vivenna.
Or the monk one. They also have another sister.
Yeah, the monk one doesn't matter. She's from Maud. May, whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she hasn't left my mind.
Yeah, right. She is the greatest female character in every book we've ever read.
Right. I hope she's listening to the podcast. Anyway,
yes.
What is it, Vivenna?
Yeah.
She's still thriving, right?
We don't know. Last we saw her was with Vasher at the end of Warbreaker, and then now Vasher's on
I want this so bad. I wanted her to be part of this so bad, just out of the blue. Haven't seen her in fucking 2,000 years, but she's here now.
You think she'd be with the Ghost Bloods, or do you think she's gonna be with Vasher somewhere on Roshar?
No, she's definitely gone with the Ghost Bloods.
Hmm.
She wouldn't. You're telling me she wouldn't?
Yeah, I feel like if she was approached by the Ghost Bloods, yeah, I feel like she might be a part of them.
She was very ambitious.
She's got to separate from her true father now. Actually, that's not her father.
Her adoptive father mentor. She's gonna move on, become her own master.
I had to rephrase that because I don't remember if there was romantic interest there.
No, it wasn't implied that there was any romantic interest.
It wasn't
Okay, good.
implied.
I
Doesn't
didn't
mean
panic
it's
for no
not.
reason.
I mean, I think we'll see what he wants in every relationship between characters, but there was no actual like written implications from Brandon that there was anything romantic between them.
Yeah, it wasn't implied. However, it could have been a thing.
So Moonlight then asked Marassi what she would do if she had one piece of 16 unique pieces of art. Marassi says she would make hers mysterious.
This shit blew my mind.
Mm.
Oh my god, this blew my mind when she started talking about this, and I was like, I could put the pieces together. Oh my god.
Don't you love being able to put pieces together now that we've read so many books? Isn't it nice?
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so Marassi's solution would be to make hers mysterious so that it's more valuable and the others seem more common. Moonlight says that she would just steal the other 15, because of course she would.
Yeah.
Moonlight states that Harmony holds 2 of those pieces, making him the most invested of all the other shards. She also mentions how Odium had tried to destroy the others to become the only shard. So yeah, so Odium's idea has been, I'll kill the others and destroy them so that I'm the most powerful.
You know what's funny? I'm sorry to interrupt, but like, when right before you got to this part, like right before she was like, actually, I don't think they talked about it. It was just what they would both do. I was like, what I would do is I would destroy all the other paintings, and then I would keep like 1 or 2 to make them more valuable. And then you saying this just makes me realize I'm probably Odium in this situation.
You are Odium.
Yeah, you're definitely Odium, which is funny because I thought the same thing, except the fact that when she said, if you had 16 paintings, what would you do? My thought was the other way around, because I was like, I just take them all together and boom, I have the entire collection.
So you went kind of Moonlight's way of like, instead of destroying them, you'd take them all, so you'd basically become Adonasium.
I mean, when she started saying I'm like she started explaining it. She said 16. I immediately knew what she meant.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, no, I just become Adonasium. Fuck that shit, bro. I want all the power.
Yeah. So yeah, Moonlight then states that the houses here are using a style of art from Taldane, where autonomy is from. She also explains how autonomy is trying to outcompete the other shards by taking over many other planets. So yeah, so autonomy's way of dealing with this all is she doesn't need to really like get rid of the other shards, but she's gonna basically like create multiple versions of herself and create like a monopoly kind of thing. Where she controls the most, like she's got the most like
wouldn't that make you Adonasium anyways though?
Well, so both her and Odium are kind of trying to be Adonasium, but as a singular intent instead of as being all the intents. They want to be the one god, but they don't want to be Adonasium. They don't want to be what their current vessel or what their current intent is, without becoming Adonasium.
I don't know, man. It's just put everything together and become the ultimate god. God damn.
So Moonlight also says that some planets have full pantheons of gods that are all just avatars of autonomy, which, as I said, made me think of Six of the Dusk. She also explains how Telsin is trying to impress autonomy to become an avatar and take over Scadrial from Harmony. So what did you think overall about Moonlight's insight into autonomy's reasoning for coming after Harmony?
I mean, definitely makes sense.
What was the question?
What did you think about Moonlight's insight into autonomy's reasoning for coming after Harmony?
It still makes no sense. Like,
I feel like it did.
To me, it doesn't make sense considering the shard she's supposed to be portraying herself.
So I think the reason she's concerned about shards combining is partially I don't want to be outdone. I want to be able to do what I'm doing. And partially also, if she wants things to be autonomous, she doesn't want one big, like, fully realized and super invested, like, Adonasium god. So she's probably very against shards combining, because if you only have, like, the one god that like, controls everyone, then people can't be autonomous, probably, in her thought.
So, like, that goes back again to my, like what I would do in her situation, which is just literally separate saves. And maybe that's the goal. Maybe that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, we obviously know that, like, Harmony So the thing is, Harmony is the most powerful shard right now because he is 2 shards in one, but he doesn't have the experience to use it, or he also has the issue of the conflicting shards. So, but he is still
Yeah, I
the
was
most
gonna say if they're
powerful.
conflicting shards, at that point it's just like self-inflicted harm.
Yeah, but he still is technically the most powerful, which is why like autonomy and potentially other shards are concerned about him. So like the fact that he combined 2 shards makes him like a big target.
The fat shaming happening here is crazy.
So Marassi then asks why Moonlight is
Wait,
telling her.
very important question.
Mhm.
Is Say still bald?
Yeah, he's still bald.
That's you're a god, bro. Get some hair.
Wax mentions that when he sees Harmony, that he's like completely like head shaven. Like he still looks like he did before.
You need some Fabio hair.
I don't think he wants it. I think he likes how he looks. He's very
No,
confident in the way he looks.
no. That's why his first wife died. Anyway.
Wow.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
So Marassi then asks why Moonlight is telling her all this, and Moonlight says it's because Marassi has impressed their organization. Their organization is here to protect Scadrial, but they don't work for Harmony. She swears by the word Knights briefly before promising Marassi that she won't interfere with her operation. Although she also won't help, as she is just here to watch Marassi, since she isn't part of the organization. Okay, so that was the end of our chapters. So who do you think is currently running the Ghost Bloods? Either the full organization or just the Scadrian section of it?
Oh, the branches are a cool idea, Loki. Who would be running it on this world? I'm gonna go with Kelsey.
Do you agree, Mythic? Do you think it's Kelsier?
I mean, I want Kelsey to be doing a lot of things, so
It's either Kelsey or Spook.
that's where I was more leaning towards was Spook. But
Also, do you think Marassi is going to be recruited into the Ghost Bloods?
Yeah,
yes, 100%. They need the best of the
I wouldn't be
best. I'm right.
surprised.
The best of the best. So
Also,
The best women.
What do you think?
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait.
Go ahead.
Imagine if all the kidnapped women are just Ghost Bloods now.
yeah,
The
that's
Ghost
what
was
I
actually
always.
rescued them like 3 books ago.
I would love that, honestly.
But yeah, also, what do you think about the Ghost Bloods' apparently main objective to be to protect Scadrial? That's like their organization's main objective.
That does not feel like their main objective, but
Why would? Oh, I mean, I guess. No, but like, it's so weird because it feels like they're operating out of Saze's awareness, I guess.
Yeah, so apparently they're not specifically working with Harmony, but they're still here to protect Scadrial.
And they got ties to Atlantis too, right?
Potentially, they've got ties to Cell, which is where
Because
Elantris is.
didn't we see one of the guys from Atlantis in Starlight? Or am I tripping?
I don't think so.
Maybe I'm just tripping.
We've seen people from Elantris in Mistborn's Secret History.
That is true. That is true.
They were part of a whole different organization, the Irie.
Yeah. How long ago did the Ghost Bloods even form?
We don't fully know, but it seems like based on the fact that they have like branches on Roshar that they've probably been around for a while. I think they formed sometime after Sage took the powers, and it's like I'd say they've been around for it's got to be at least 50 to 100 years minimum, if not the full like 300 something.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't even have like I don't think I've even been given a specific timeline of when they actually started up.
So you just don't want to tell us, okay?
No, I don't know. But because they have an established branch on Roshar, it definitely means that they've been around for at least, like I'd say, as I said, 50 to 100 years minimum. Because if they were brand new, they wouldn't have people on Roshar already.
She doesn't want to tell us. Obviously.
That's what I'm saying.
Also, do you think Harmony is going to die or get ousted from Scadrial by the end of the book?
No.
I think Saze is.
Oh, you think a new Harmony's coming out?
Oh yeah. Why does it even have to be Harmony?
I think. Wait. Go ahead, Darkness. I got a theory though.
Why did they just merge the two shards with a different shard instead of just like the conflicting shards?
Well, the thing is, we'd need a full other shard to be here to do that. I don't think they can merge with just like the avatar of
Yeah.
autonomy. You'd need like the
So
full autonomy shard here.
instead of autonomy sending puppets to their world, we send their world to autonomy,
You just
and then
move
we
the
just
whole
fuck them
planet to
up.
the same solar system as Taldane.
Why the fuck not? Can
Good.
you imagine? The Mistborn are coming. The Mistborn are coming.
So my new thought or my new theory on instead of him dying, instead of Wax dying,
Mm-hmm.
what if Wax? I think Wax is just going to become the new Harmony.
That'd be interesting.
Yep. Because you made I remember you making a comment about the fact that the reason Sage could use both of them was because he was like invested in both of them.
Yes.
Oh my god, would Sage be bisexual? He would be.
Oh my God.
Sorry, my bad. Anyway.
So wouldn't that mean that technically everybody right now who was born after Harmony took power would be invested in both then?
I don't. So I think the main reason, I think there was two main reasons that Sazed was invested by both. Is one, I think they've mentioned how feruchemy is the power of preservation and ruin combined. So I think all feruchemists technically have both of those powers within them. And then I think it was also to do with like his like journey throughout the story of like that caused him to be
So
connected to both. But I think technically any feruchemist would be a possible candidate to take both shards.
So Hemalurgy is just ruin, Allomancy is just
Preservation
preservation, and then both is just
is feruchemy.
very carry. So Sace wasn't special, he was just there.
I think potentially, yeah. I think technically any feruchemist in his spot in that story could have been like he was there at
Was
the
it Lord
right.
Hoover a fairy chemist originally?
Yes, he was Terrace. Rashek was Terrace originally.
Well, fairy chemist.
Yes.
Terrace.
They mention in the first book in the journal entries from Alendi that Rashek is a feruchemist.
Yeah, wasn't he
I
the guy
wonder if
who,
that's
showed up and led him to whatever?
Yeah, he was the one
Yeah.
who led him to the Well of Ascension.
is that why
Yeah.
Vin could only like preservation
Yes.
situation?
I think she was a little bit connected to Ruin, but not enough.
She connected to Ruin because Ruin killed her mother.
Yeah, like Ruin basically connected himself to her.
Just connected
Yeah.
to Rin because of that fucking earring, wasn't she?
I don't think just anyone who's hemalurgically spiked is fully connected to Ruin. I think maybe like Inquisitors would be because they're very spiked.
Well, the thing is, if they were fully connected to Rin just because of that spike, they would be able to take the power in general because they would have both aspects of the powers.
I think Inquisitors, I think the thing was you needed to have a balance of them in order to take both. So I think Inquisitors are too far on Ruin's side. Because I think the whole point was that Sazed was exact middle between them, whereas Inquisitors are very far on the side of Ruin, and Allomancers are very far on the side of preservation, even if they are affected by Ruin.
Oh, huh.
So like you can have a bit of both, but you need to have a good balance of the two in order to take both powers and have them both accept you.
Okay.
And my last question is, do you think we're going to see autonomy as an antagonistic force in other books, considering we now know that autonomy has like avatars like all throughout the Cosmere?
Yes.
Yeah, that would make sense with the puppets and everything.
Hmm. So yeah, do you guys have any
What
other?
do you? I just wonder who the Stormlight equivalents are
What do you mean?
of her puppets.
Oh, you mean like of avatars?
Yeah.
So I think it would have to be a bigger chunk of investiture than a spren, but not obviously like the full amount.
You're so right. Oh my god, a puppet horse.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Jesus. Here we go.
Rishadium.
Nobody would expect it.
Um,
Darkness. At some point, we will have a horse with literally every power, and we can call them
I'm
elements.
gonna design it, and it better be something.
oh my gosh,
I'm gonna personally send it to like fucking
Brandon.
Brandon send it, yeah, and just like be like, I need this in a book now.
Please. Even if it's just a like one-off story, short story, please. I just need it.
we
Like,
need we
who
need to have
wouldn't want a little snippet of like a magical unicorn or something? You
we
know?
need to have like another like Arcanum Unbounded, and one of the short stories needs to have like a centaur planet.
No, it has to be a horse, not a centaur.
Oh, okay.
Can't be
What if it's
humanoid
just
at
a
all.
What if it's just like a little like side story of Hoyt as a horse?
Oh my gosh. Or
Or
maybe
what if
just.
it's a little side story of Chandra as a
I
horse
was literally
that
just gonna
has
say that.
taken
It's gonna
all
be
powers?
Meilon as a horse traveling through Shadesmar.
Yep, yep. And then
That's
traveling through
crazy.
Shadesmar, going to all the different places, collecting all of the powers and putting them inside their horse body. Yep.
But yeah, do you guys have any other thoughts and theories though about this book before we end the episode?
My theory is that they're sending her Melon, right? That's the
Yep.
Chandra's name. Melon off to Shadesmar not because of not because like as a mission. I think they were sending him off to basically start doing kind of what Autonomy did, where
Mm-hmm.
they're sending avatars. This is his way of sending out avatars
I kind of
and
agree. I think
teaching
this
stuff
is his way of not really like investing other planets, but of like having eyes that he can look through in other places so that he can learn more.
I think he's sending his own version of an avatar out.
Mm-hmm.
He's so right. He should just start fucking spiking people.
He sent Meilon
I
out with a
agree
whole
that
bunch of spikes. She's gonna go spike one
I
person on
would
every
I would
planet.
totally do that shit, bro. And then
she just goes over there and
it,
she just sells earrings, you know?
so the thing is though, it doesn't really matter what kind of doesn't it? Metal spikes. You got to do it, shit anyway.
Mm.
Do you? Oh, I guess, yeah. You would have to do hemalurgy to make the
Yeah,
spike.
yeah, you have to do hemalurgy to make the spike, but it doesn't have had to have actually taken a power or give a power, I believe is what we've been told. It just has to have gone through and taken a piece of someone's soul. Because
Oh my
if
god!
you spike a normal person who doesn't have abilities, it still becomes a hemalurgic spike. It just doesn't give you the powers. I believe that is how they talked about in the first era, how they made like Colas and like Conjure spikes potentially, is they kill non-allomantic or ferrochemical people to make like
Wait,
the
Yeah.
other types of spikes.
Yeah,
I
and then they
changed.
put
I
five
changed.
colas.
Yeah, the Colas and stuff.
I changed my mind about the kidnapped woman coming into the what is it? The Ghost Bloods.
Mm.
Blaze is the one that kidnapped them again,
Oh my gosh.
and now he's using them as like a breeding camp,
Oh
like his like
gosh.
ancestors, right?
It's making
And
Conjure spikes.
instead, he's gonna be killing off the children with spikes and handing them out to all the conjures so he can go into the other planets and start spiking
So,
people.
alright, so here's a
That's what I
question
would
for
do.
you.
Mm.
Here's a question for you. Hypothetical idea.
Mm-hmm.
If sends Melon, have to keep remembering names,
Mm-hmm.
Melon with non-powered hemalurgic spikes, as in
Mm-hmm.
like earrings, right? Or piercings in some way. Would they still would it come out at, like would there ever be a red like aura for it tainted? Like, would it show like that at all anytime?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? My head's not comprehending properly.
Okay, so you know how when Trell uses or when they use powers from Trell, it
Yes.
shows up as red, right?
Yeah, they have like red
And that
eyes. Yeah.
and that the spike itself was red, was like a red
Yeah,
metal,
it's like
right?
splotchy. It's like got like red spots on it, like rust, they say.
So would if Harmony sent Melan with his like a hemalurgic spike of his own, would
Mhm.
it also look like Trell's metal?
I don't 100% know what the metal. I'm assuming maybe it would gain these red splotches. I think though if you did potentially spike someone and they tried to use the power of the hemalurgic spike, they might get
Does it have
red
a power?
eyes.
What if it doesn't have a power?
If it doesn't have a power, you're not accessing a power. I don't know if their eyes would glow red. I believe it's specifically people using investiture that's not native to the planet that causes the eyes to glow red.
And then the next question is, he can still speak to people with earrings that don't have powers, right?
Yes, as long as they're still hemalurgic, even if they don't have powers.
Yeah, so what if he's just sending her to do that?
He
Get
could
more
be.
people on different planets. And then, as Milan, she just shows up as like a street vendor with a bunch of jewelry, and you don't have everybody buy the jewelry, just a couple people, and
Mm-hmm.
and then through time, you could probably,
My only question, though, with the whole jewelry thing is, does the connection to harmony degrade like the powers do? Because there's the whole thing of, if hemalurgic spikes aren't stored either in a body or in a jar of blood, the power degrades over time. So would the connection also degrade over time if it's not stored in blood?
Well, I mean, if she stores it in blood and then
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if
sells
you're
it
trying
to,
to, I'm just saying, if you're trying to sell it as jewelry and then someone like takes it off to try and resell it or something, like, is it going to slowly lose power over time?
oh, probably, but I mean, how vain are people?
Yeah.
Most people like to keep their jewelry, especially if you do it like a piercing that it stays in.
Well, it just depends if they switch their piercings out for different types of piercings a lot.
I mean, Vin never changed her earring out, obviously.
I think
So
that was Ruin, though, influence. Like, I think we get told that Ruin would basically like influenced her to keep the earring in and keep putting the earring in even
and
after
why
it was
can't
like.
Harmony do the same thing?
Yeah, he definitely could.
Yeah, I mean, he is part ruined. So.
Yeah. Because, yeah, Ruin was, like, basically fucking with her head, being like... Because, like, her earring got, like, ripped out of her ear, stabbed through random other people. Like, there was a whole bunch of fights where her earring kept getting ripped out, and she still grabbed it and put it back in later. And you're like, Vin, what the fuck?
Okay, can you think of the amount of fucking diseases that fucking earring has?
Right?
That's absolutely disgusting.
It's so
Oh my
disgusting.
You think of how many people that earring has been inside? Ugh.
If she didn't die to fucking ruin, she would have died to like some disease.
Yeah, sepsis or something. Because, like, I don't think she ever cleaned it properly.
Oh my god.
I'm doubting she sterilized it between uses.
Nah, it auto-sterilized,
Sterilized.
Oh my gosh.
Sterilized, yeah.
All right.
Terastalized.
Next episode, for episode 3, we will be doing chapters 21 to 31. Again, lots of really fucking short chapters. So that'll be our next one.
We'll say it's kind of nice to see Brandon, a very well-known and good author, make short chapters, because all of my chapters always seem very short to me.
I would also love to see that horse,
Yeah, I'd love to see the horse.
All
All right, how much time do we have to play BG3?
Well, let's quickly say our goodbye. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and thank you to our Patreons. All right, thank you to Hubris, Calvin Dyson, Book 3, Kyle, and Danny the Spoon Lord. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next time. Bye!
Bye.
BG3.